Hello, Speed Gaming 2. We are back with Game 2 between Muffins and Gammachuu in the HMG Hybrid Major Glitches 2023 tournament. We just had Game 1. Gammachuu did win that one, but it was a very close race. Both players played very well. You know, things went a bit differently. Muffins could have won. So I'm really excited for this Game 2. Don't know who's going to win. Could go either way. Would be cool to get a Game 3 at some point. So, you know, I'm not saying I want Muffins to win, but, you know, Game 3 is always exciting. But in case anyone is unfamiliar with HMG, in this mode, we do allow essentially all overworld glitches, and we allow like a handful of underworld glitches, like meaning glitches you can do in dungeons and in caves. So we have a lot of different routing options and different things that are in logic than you would see in a no glitch or minor glitches mode, what you normally see in Rando. So you'll see some different routing choices here. So it should be an exciting race, two great players. Already had an exciting Game 1. And joining me on comms is Drossi.
Hey, Specs. Glad to be here for this one. The first one, which seemed like quite a jet, I only caught the very tail end.
Yeah, basically both players were in go mode 25 minutes in, except Muffins hadn't found either bow, but had Fire Rod and Ice Rod from... Gamma had both bows, but didn't have Fire Rod or Ice Rod. So they just had to go to like one or two locations to pick those up, and it just took a while for each of them to get to that one location, and they had so many options.
And by the way, Gamma did a very quick map check, and we saw 3 regular crystals in the light world today.
Okay, cool. And we've seen the same starts as we did in the previous game, which is normal. Most people do the same start every time. They don't change up a whole lot. It's common. So Muffin's doing a traditional, like, check like Highlight Island, do Hobo. I think he just did Hobo. And Gamma doing what he always does, which is check and Saha really fast. Both are very common openers. Because Hobo doesn't really get faster in this mode to check. It's just kind of a one-off you feel like you have to do at some point. And Saha is a nice quick way to get 3 items. Gamma did get a can of Bona out of that. And yeah, nothing else though. So I know Gamma here is going to make a play to go up a mountain immediately, doing a clip up there. He'll check Lost Woods, Lumberjack, and clip to mountain and do some things up there. Muffins, I believe, will probably do Lost Woods into CAC from what I've seen, or at least we'll go straight to CAC based off what I saw in Game 1. We'll see, maybe we'll get a mix-up this time.
Well, here's Muffin's Lumberjack check in any case. Because that's one of those things that really doesn't have a way around it. If there is something on Lumberjack that you need, you have to beat Aga.
And by the way, yeah, Gamma did win Game 1. It was a really close race. They both played really well. So this game can go either way. They're both great players who have good sense of routing, so see what happens. But yeah, so what did you say about Aga, Drossi?
That just looked like some money on Lumberjack, so I don't think we need that.
No, I don't need that. 300. Oh, we've already seen 2 out of 5 300s. Cool. And yeah, it's interesting to see there's 2 different routing choices. Gamma's routing up to Lumberjack last, so they clip to mountain, whereas Muffin's doing Lumberjack through Lost Woods down to Kakariko, because they're going to do CAC area first, and then go up mountain later. So both solid routing choices. It's interesting to see, the mix up here. So this will be the clip up to mountain. There's like 4 or more different clips you can do to get up to mountain, all in logic. This is one of the 2 most popular ones that you'll see.
Yeah, and this will just be to check chests. We can't actually do anything in Hera, but that glove on Spec Rock I think we're going to want.
Yeah, a glove makes routing so much easier. The only thing that you have to have a glove for in this mode is Checkerboard Cave and some of the checks in Ice Palace. But it definitely makes routing a whole lot easier. So we want that glove.
Oh, and there's Samaria and Flute.
That's what Muffins kind of wants doing the Oldie CAC, because then you can avoid the mountain and just do it even faster Flute to mountain or later. Well, I'd say a little bit faster because you don't set the clip. So
yeah, I mean,
super nice.
Right, clips take time. If you happen to get the Flute, it saves you the time you'd otherwise be spending clipping.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a time save. Not huge, but yeah, a little bit. So it's nice. Whereas Gamma here is doing Old Man in the Dark. The good thing about in this mode, you commonly are going to do Old Man really early on with like no equipment, but you do have boots, so you can use the boots dust by hitting A while you walk to see where you're at. So with some practice using the boots dust, Old Man in the Dark isn't too hard, but HMG you're going to do it a lot, so you get good at it.
And we got Blue Mail in Cackwell, which is nice to see at this low health, especially because thanks to the clipping, we can wind up in some pretty advanced dungeons pretty quickly.
Yeah, so it's nice to have. I mean, the only thing here about early Blue Mail is Death Open becomes more of a pain. But other than that, like, you want some early health, you want early sword, or you also want a sword for clipping reasons, but like, you want some early safeties. Because, yeah, as you mentioned, we're going to be in scary areas very fast. So, nice to have some equipment to make those things more smooth and easy. And yeah, Gamma found that glove. I don't think Gamma did backup escape yet, right? I think
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, because Gamma did clip down to Graveyard Ledge to get some more bombs.
And found the shovel while he was at it.
Yeah, and found the shovel. And so that because of that, you can't immediately go back up escape from there. It'll actually give you the Houlihan room. So Gamma either would have to save and quit, then immediately do a backup escape, or can just go ahead and just dash from Graveyard Ledge to Cackwell, which is what Gamma chose to do. And that makes sense. You can save and quit the backup escape later. Yeah, Samario and Flute already, and a book, glove.
Yeah. Book is not useful for desert, since it's always going to be faster to clip rather than go through that cutscene. But
yeah. In this mode, we don't care about book for desert, as you mentioned. We only care about it for Bombos Tablet and Ether Tablet. Oh, sword. Nice.
And as always, it lets you check PED in case there's anything on there.
Good point, yeah. Checking PED's also nice. So it's everything you would normally want book for is useful in this mode, except we don't care about it for desert, because desert is actually Sphere 1 in this mode. You can do everything but Lammo right off the bat in logic.
And it looks like Muffins is in fact clipping to desert here.
Yeah, pretty standard to do this after CAC, so it makes sense. And other than no fire source, like, oh, you don't need red mail?
6-minute red mail.
That's actually kind of gross. If you don't get a mirror soon, then definitely becomes annoying. So yeah, Muffins will do desert here, and then we'll probably go check Bombos Tablet, UK45, and Nagina's common routing. One thing Gamma will be able to do in a situation that Muffins can't is because Gamma has that glove. Gamma will be able to route in Checkerboard Cave as well with the desert checks. So that's something that Muffins will have to get back to later, assuming it's important.
Full magic drop is nice since we do have that Samaria. But yeah, once inside desert, it just becomes like a regular NMG type routing. You find the big key, you gotta go to the big chest to get the small key to check the right side.
Yeah, the only question is, like, if you don't get the only big key's on right side, you might choose to skip big chest for a while, because it's slow to walk all the way back over. So that's some people have different choices on. But in this layout, you're just gonna do the whole front, and there's not really a choice to be made.
And of course, without a fire source, we can't get to Landmo still.
Got both items, though, didn't we? I think we saw both items. No, we only saw one.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we saw the other item.
Yeah.
And in any case, we're going to have to kill Landmo at some point because it's a crystal.
Yeah, so do that later as we get the fire sources you mentioned. Oh, Gamma can also do shovel check right now with these desert area checks. So Gamma will get extra 2 checks in here. Which Muffins usually route them in later. Like, there's other opportunities to route them in, so it's not a huge deal. But it's something that Gamma will get knowledge on sooner.
Ooh. Mushroom on Bombos tablet, that's spicy.
Yeah, that's gross. We have to get another sword and possibly route that back in later. Which, I guess, since Muffins might be back later for Checkerboard and Shovel, you know, got that all together.
Half magic in Cave 45 is nice, though I think we skipped Agena in the process.
This is common. You do it last, so you don't have to walk out of Agina's.
So click back.
Yeah, you normally do it last. This is actually faster. It looks weird, but it is faster. Gamma might route it differently though, because they also have checkerboard and shovel to check in. With Bombos and K45 and Aginas, Gamma might probably route it a bit differently. We'll see.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if those two checks are anything. Because that would give Gamma an early advantage if they wind up being something. If not, you know, and Muffins never goes back, that's a bit of time save.
Oh, we did see both items in Desert. Both things on the right side were 20 rupees, so we.
Oh, okay. We did see both.
I was thinking so. So Compass is on Landmo 1.
That's what confused me because they were the same item, so I didn't register that they were two items.
Yeah, it's not cool. Desert, you need to be more unique. Confusing us.
And Muffin's going into Hera here. Now that we have the sword that we got from library, we can... well, no, if the big key is vanilla, we don't have the hook shot for Hera potting, so we're not guaranteed to be able to beat Moldorm right now.
Yeah. Nope, it is logically it is locked by Meyer, and then you would put from Meyer to Hera. But of course, we prefer to do it with the hook shot because it's a lot faster. We may not want to go to Meyer if it's pinned dead or something.
Yeah, you kind of hope that you get the hook shot. Okay, Ether Tablet worthless.
Yeah, I think we just saw Shovel, didn't we? Yeah, we already saw Shovel. I did not see what it was. I'm assuming it was junk.
Me neither, but I imagine chat would have said something if it had been interesting.
And it was... Chat says arrows.
And checkerboard's junk, but Gamma wants the 20 rupees probably because he's getting close to Zora money.
Yeah, and if you get over there, you don't have money, you can lift the rock before Ice Rod Cave as an option. Yeah, Gamma's still going to finish off with Aginas, which makes sense. Reasonable routing with the shovel and the road and all that. And then hopefully Gamma remembers the glove. But by the way, escape would be good.
By the way, that signpost Muffins just ran by, that is the sign where they list all the winners of the glitch tournaments because you can only get there using major glitches.
The way Muffins just jumped off of that bridge and into the rock, I think that threw Muffins off for a moment. I've never seen someone do the jump. It's definitely a play, but
I've never seen that either.
People normally will go up to do Spiral Cave and check Flame Island first, and then do Paradox last. Whereas Muffins is doing the opposite order, so they did that jump that you don't always see. And yeah, a little scary that Muffins did it into that rock. I think Muffins is trying to remember how to get out of it without getting soft locked. Oh, we got a bottle now.
Yeah, that's our first one, so Sick Kid's now a thing. Ooh, there's powder in Paradox Cave.
Can't do it logically, but we can do out of logic. Hook shot.
Okay, so I think now you go back and do Hera.
Yeah, you'll do Hera somewhat soon. I mean, you constantly clip the Hera over and over in this mode, so you'll like a billion opportunities to do it that are reasonable. So you'll just do it like next time you're on a mountain clipping somewhere, probably.
Also, the lamp is now our fire source.
Yeah, we can beat Desert. Old Man was in logic, although they didn't have anything. And yeah. Gamma went ahead and knocked out Graveyard Ledge there. I mean, Kitsu.
And Gamma now doing the South Shore checks.
Yeah, gonna put off Mountain for a bit longer. Gets Quake.
Hey, there's another 300, like we hadn't seen enough of them.
Okay, well, nice. Well, Muffins definitely has money for Zora.
Yeah, so that could be an incentive for Muffins to go South Side and South Shore and finish up at Zora.
maybe we'll go ahead and do Hera those you mentioned. Not unreasonable. It is added logic because technically it's locked by Meyer access, but yeah, completely reasonable to try to get another item, get a crystal, see what the key layout on the top of Hera is. Because we would like to get a small key that doesn't lock an item in Hera, ideally, so we can clip the swap later if it's a crystal really easily.
Yeah, the only thing is if the small key is locking itself. You see that sometimes.
Yeah, that's always annoying. Or if there's an actual item in the basement, you feel like you might have to actually use the key vanilla, or you miss out on an item that might be hard required.
Well, I think in this case the big key is vanilla. Or maybe not. Right, the big key doesn't have to be in the first 3 chests.
Yeah, basically the keys can be anywhere. It's basically the gist.
So, Moldorm's going to give us the small key, the big key, or our second item. And from that, we'll have to figure out what we want to do.
Or another, or like the compass, whichever one we didn't see. Could be anything.
Oh, I thought we saw the compass in the very first
Well, then it would be the map.
basement cave.
We didn't see compass chest yet. Oh, compass chest yet, did we? Ooh, Molten being a jerk. Feels bad for Muffins, but Molten being mean. Because I don't think Muffins...
Muffins went down an open compass chest.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So different people about that differently. I normally do Moldorm first, because if I get a big key, then I can go do big chests with compass chests. I get different choices. So we saw both map and compass then, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Unless I'm misremembering.
I trust you.
Meanwhile, imagine doing Moldorm like the game intended you to. The horror.
Okay, good. Muffins, okay, good. But I felt bad. Okay, there's a mirror for Gamma and Waterfall Fairy. Muffins will get that soon.
That's a nice one.
Okay, there was a small key. So we... Oof. Regardless, you would have to do basement now to get your second item, if you want that second item in Hera.
Right.
Because either your item's in the basement, or the big key's in the basement that you need to open a big chest. But we're not going to do it. We're going to just hope you don't care about the second item. And if for last locating later, then maybe we'll clip from Meyer to Hera. Maybe we could use the Meyer big key to check Meyer Hera big chest. And then maybe, yeah. So we're not going to check that item right now. We're not doing basements. That's just an awful play. Even worse in this mode than in Nova Witches. Because you want the small key to clip the swamp. If you can. Muffin's walking into sync. Oh, he's resetting his camera.
Oh, is he playing to Houlihan? Or just... Oh, so that he doesn't accidentally Houlihan when he goes into back of escape. I get it.
Exactly. Because otherwise he would have Houlihaned. And Muffin's already good on money.
So yeah, there was the Hera compass, as Gamma just found. And he'll also have to go to East Death Mountain to get his hook shot.
Yeah, we'll see both players do a lot of the same sphere 1 checks. Sphere 1 is massive in this mode. Muffin's getting a shovel.
Yeah, it also means that the Moon Pro can be a lot more possible places than it can be in glitchless logic.
Yeah, and with that mirror, we've already opened up some of the grosser positions for the Moon Pearl. But I mean, we still have Uncle, Olive Escape, we have Pyramid Fairy, Pyramid Ledge, we have like Olive Pod, Eastern, a couple of things I'm forgetting. Before we have to go, then yes, to Super Bunny. Right now, we have TR available, and we have Skullwoods and a couple places in Vu that we can all logically find our Moon Pearl. So, just a few places. And only some of it's disgusting. So after our players kind of do all the checks they've both already done, like they both kind of catch up to the same spot, the things you might see, good chance Gamma does Okay, again, well, so funny here. He won't be, can't do that quickly with just a mirror. So we'll probably see either pod or pyramid stuff into escape next for both players. I would lean towards them doing escape at this point. Pyramid.
I'm also interested to see the Dark World map check, so that we can actually find out what our crystals are and which dungeons we actually need to do, because, you know, that there are ways to clip into pod, and you were talking about clipping from Hera to Swamp, but we might not need to do any of that depending on where the crystals are and where the pendants are.
Yeah, so we'd like to know, like, is Maya a pendant? Is Swamp a pendant? Pod, TR, like, you know, it affects the items we need significantly. So we would love to know.
Here we go. Pod, Skull Woods, and TR are our pendants, with Pod being the green pendant, and our 5-6 crystals are Thieves and Swamp, but 5-6 don't really matter because you can always just clip into Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, once you have the mirror, you can already logically do Pyramid Fairy in this mode, so we already can do it logically, so we don't care. But the big notes of that, what the pendants are, we don't need Ice Rod, and we do not need Fire Rod, because we could do Ice Palace with Bombos. So we don't need the rods today. But we will need Ether Medallion. We have to get Hammer because of Ice Palace. Oh, Vanilla Sword.
So, just thinking though, since bomb jumps aren't in logic, we could logically still need the Fire Rod if GT Big Key is in Compass Room, right?
Yeah, or if like something in TR is needed, you know, all that kind of stuff. And it's weird to me that Gamma didn't do Pyramid Fairy yet. They set up the portal. I think they're doing it last here.
Well, hey, Muffins still hasn't done Uncle.
Yeah, because Muffins will probably could do that next. He'll probably do the chain that Gamma's doing next. I would suspect. You also do Pod, but I think the Pyramid checks into Escape are a stronger play at the moment. And you might be able to avoid double dipping Pod, although you probably will have to. You don't have a hammer. Actually, it's also, you know, Pod's pendant, so you don't really even want to beat it. But Muffin doesn't know that yet. So the reason, so Gamma went ahead and did the Dark Cross first, not because they care about the item, but they wanted to go and open that door. That it's a setup you can do so it can make it easier to get a small key for your Hero to Swamp clip. So it can save you some time in certain situations, so that's why Gamma was really going back to Dark Cross, so he doesn't care that he found a map. Like, it's not ideal, but he was mostly going to open up that locked door. Which you have to do in order to set up that Hero to Swamp key grab later. That's a possible way to get a key. So it looks like Muffins is going to do the pyramid setup here. Unless it was a very aggressive GG play. But it looks like it should be a Pyramid Fairy. A mirror wrap like Gamma set up.
I love the Leisure Suit Larry MSU. Like, what game show is that they were just using the music from?
I have no idea. But it is a great MSU that Structural Mike made. Very good. That's a good one.
Okay, so now Muffins will get his Master Sword.
Yeah. Okay, so now we'll see Pyramid stuff from Gamma. Again, this isn't logic because of the mirror. The mirror is all you need to put these Pyramid Ledge and Pyramid Fairy checks in logic in this mode. Because that mirror wrap that they both did is can't be logically required.
Which also means that you really don't need to worry about Aga for Dark World access.
Yes. Yeah, you don't. It's you only ever are some ways you might have to do Aga, but most of them are like Levitech has an item you need, and there can be a way if you don't get a mirror, and there's an item that leads to your Pearl on Pyramid, you might be allowed to require to be Aga to get that Pyramid Ledge item, like just like in the more vanilla rando modes.
Right, but once you have the mirror.
Game was going for the mushroom on Bombo Salad. I like it.
Ooh. I mean, why not? We got a flute. We can turn it in easily enough. We have powder. We know we won't need to fake powder.
Yeah. I like this.
And that vulture needs to be burned.
Well, I was going to say, if there is something logically required for you to be Aga to get the Pyramid Ledge item, you can also use a blue potion and do something called the fake flute that gives you a fake flute, basically a flute in the Dark World, and you can just flute to 2 or 5 without a pearl, probably 5, and just walk over the ledge in buddy form from the fake flute, which is actually the faster option that pops up. But that scenario is so rare, like it probably would happen anyway. So basically you're only going to be Aga if Lumberjack has something that you're required to get for the seed.
Now, meanwhile, we do have an extra key from Escape. And remind me what the underworld glitch is that takes advantage of being able to open the door behind Dark Cross.
Yeah, there's a clip you can do from it's in the Beatles room in Hera, and it'll take you basically to where Muffins is right now. And so then you can go through that back door that Muffins is about to open, and you can go kill the key rat and get that key. And because you clipped to Hyrule Castle from Hera, that key will count as a Hera key. So you can mirror back to Hera from the sewers with that key, and then go clip to Swamp. And because you've been clipping from Hera to Swamp with the small key from the sewer rat, you can use that small key in Swamp to open it up. Because I'll still think you're in Hera. It's not the logical way to do that. The logical way is to go to Mire, get all 3 smalls, then clip from Mire to Hera, and then Hera to Swamp. So you're using the third Mire small in Swamp, but that's slow. So normally we like to use either the vanilla Hera small to do the Swamp opening, or that key rat steal from sewers.
And meanwhile, Gamma is clipping to Magic Bat. You said that clip isn't in Logic, though, right?
Actually, now that we have Mirror... No, we need Mirror and Moon Pearl for the being Logic. We either need Hammer or Pearl Mirror. So, nah, we're 1 item away.
And yet another 300. Have we seen all of them now?
We've seen at least 4, if not 5. Yeah, we've seen a lot. Probably Pod. No, we haven't seen Pod yet, and that's Sphere 1. And you can check Eastern after that if you want, before we start going and doing, like fake fluting to Boo and Skullwoods, which is also in Logic. And we also have Super Bunny and TR are also in Logic to get into at the moment. But those are the most fun to get to right now. Oh, is Gamma gonna... Gamma hasn't done Compass Chest yet. So checking that, and then might do Basement. Oh, hasn't even beaten Hera. Never mind. It was going to beat Hera.
Yeah. But see, he's also going to Compass Chest before Moldorm.
Yeah, people do both. Both are reasonable. If you just get your item there, then or the big key, then cool. And Gamma have a Master Sword, whereas Muffins had a Fighter Sword, so easier fight for sure. And a Brona if Gamma wanted to, even easier.
And yeah, thanks to that red mail, doing a bunny revive took a little bit of work there.
Yeah, did Muffins fake flute over there? I did not.
Yeah, Muffins fake fluted.
Okay, nice. In case anyone's not familiar, the way you fake flute in this game, as you would have seen Muffins do a little bit ago, is you need a blue potion, and as you screen transition somewhere in the overworld, you use your potion on the same frame, specifically your blue potion, and it will cause you to be able to have a fake flute. And if you're in Light World, it'll flute you to a Light World location. If you're in Dark World, it will flute you to the Dark World locations. But you'll still be in Dark World when you get there. So it's a faster way to do a lot of the Dark World traversal when you don't have a Moon Pearl. And it's not logically expected, but it's a faster way to do what's logically expected, which is to use the mirror to do some kind of slower mirror clipping off the mountain and into Dark World. But the fake food's a lot faster, so we prefer to do that.
Meanwhile, Gamma has clipped from Spec Rock Cave into Pod, which is our only way to get into Pod at the moment, because Kiki won't follow you if you don't have the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, so that's what makes the Sphere 1 is that clip. And note that Muffins isn't this time right now and got that fire rod from the front. It makes sense for Muffins to do this because it's extra items. We want to come into you in Death Rope anyway to basically make doing your remaining logical checks outside in the overworld easier. But anything in Thief Sound is not in logic in this mode without a Moon Pearl. So it makes sense to do this dungeon now, but that fire rod is not in logic. So that means that fire rod will not lead to a Moon Pearl, which is good to keep in mind. Also, just realized we already knew Pod's pendant. I forgot. Already knew that. And Pod is not bow locked, so good news for logically finding progression in here. But you have a lamp, so there's a decent chance the Pearl could just be here in Pod, because Muffins did not do this, which is not a wrong choice. But it would feel bad if you know, the slower fake flute checks when Pod has your Moon Pearl.
Is camera unlock potion glitch in Pod in logic?
No, the key logic in Pod is exactly the same as no glitches.
No, I didn't mean in terms of key logic. I meant if we find a bow on right side, could it logically still be our first bow?
Pretty sure, no, I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure, no. I think all of Pod logic is exactly the same once you're inside the dungeon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty sure. I don't say 100%, but I'm almost close to 100% sure. All it's logically expected for you to do in like caves and dungeons is be able to clip from Spec Rock to Pod, clip from Mire to Hera to Swamp, and there's a clip in the front of Ice Palace. There's nothing else required of you glitch-wise in the Underworld. In HMG, so it's mostly just overworld glitches and logical like minor glitches. Besides, but not like maybe equipment type stuff or hovering or anything like that.
Wow. I mean, Blind doesn't like bright light, and this is even brighter light than usual.
It's beautiful.
Oh, Muffins even does the blind script like I do, going around the bottom between Phase 1 and Phase 2.
Oh, Ice Rod that we don't need?
Yeah, we've now got both rods.
Yeah, we actually don't want that, because that means TR is now, once you get a Moon Pearl, is fully in logic. To be able to go do. That's part of what we want to do, is pin to TR. Yeah, that actually means that once you get Pearl, all our pendants... Well, we still need a bow and hammer for Pod, actually. But Skull Woods and TR can be completely done once we get Pearl.
And there's Ether Medallion and Dark Maze, so that's 2 medallions down. We don't yet know what we need to open Mire.
And C-Shaped House is one of the logical checks where Moon Pearl could have been. And I think we're going to see Chess Game, which could also have Moon Pearl. And then we'll see Skull Woods, which could also have our Moon Pearl. So Gamma's going to take Easter next. There's the fillet. Gamma will be happy when they get that later. Or an item. Gamma's probably not happy about diving Crystal Easter in their bow. But, you know, while you're here, you kind of have to do it at this point. After this, he's going to go do what Muffins is doing. Or go to Super Bunny. One of the two. Or Super Bunny / TR. You'll do one of those two options after Eastern.
Ooh, nice tempered in Eastern. Also Sphere 1, of course. That's even Sphere 1 without glitches.
It is nice.
So many glitches to keep track of. I wasn't counting items and thieves. Did we leave anything in the big chest?
I did not check. There's the Pearl in Eastern. Okay.
Okay.
So that's good for Gamma, because I mean, Muffins didn't. But actually, it's not that big of a deal because what Muffins has done isn't. He actually did it pretty fast. But going into School Woods is a bit slower. So like, I would say Gamma saves a bit of time here over Muffins, just a little bit. Nothing that's like race deciding. But I would say this is a little bit of an advantage for Gamma, but only a little bit. Muffins will get that.
Yeah, I'm just.
They took more time to do the Gusev a little bit because they had a fake food over and Death Rope and Thieves and stuff. So it's only a slight time loss.
I'm just amused that for all that, the Moon Pearl was in a glitchless Sphere 1 location.
It still is most of the time because there's way more Sphere 1 checks that are, you can get to with like no glitches or no fake fooding or like nastier clips in the Dark World.
Yeah, just the last time you and I calmed together, it was an iced tea.
Oh yeah, that one with pH and simple clips. That one was pretty gross. If that was an example of a gross pearl location. Okay, Muffins never did Skull Woods, so I think they're gonna fake food to Skull Woods next. It looks like, or at least giving themselves the option to do it. Because I wonder why they didn't do it. It seems odd to me that after Thieves and Vu, they went. Okay, they don't even need because they still have the mirror portal. Okay, I get that then. Yeah, okay, I guess they just didn't want to do Skull Woods yet because Thieves and Vu isn't that slow to do with the fake flute, but going to Skull Woods, is a bit slower because it's more death roping and stuff, and yeah.
So where's Gamma heading to? Dark Death Mountain?
Yep, looks like it.
Yep, just clip over to the east side. Don't need the myths.
Yeah. You do Hookshot Cave here, Super Bunny. I feel like Gamma will probably try to dodge TR for now, but I could be wrong. You could definitely dive at TR right now, and it's not unreasonable. And then we'll probably finish it off with going to Catfish.
Gamma? Check Catfish?
In this mode, yeah. In this mode, it's not terrible if you can to do with these checks. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, Catfish definitely a meme.
Okay, I don't really like the Skull Woods play in Glitched because it's only 2 items. We know the Moon Pearl can't be behind the Fire Rod, so if there's an item in the back, that's not going to be the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, so Muffins definitely took a bit of a gamble doing all of these checks before Pod and Eastern, especially before Pod, even more so. But in this situation, if you go to Pod, you're gonna mirror and do Eastern too. So, like Gamma did. So, Muffins definitely took a gamble to try to get a lead, I would say. And in this situation, unfortunately, it didn't pay off. It'll end up being a little bit of time loss. Again, nothing that decides the race, but definitely an advantage for Gamma.
And as you were saying, Gamma winds up at Catfish. Still no flippers, which we are eventually going to need for Swamp. Though there are quite a few checks we can do in Swamp without.
Let's see, we need flippers, we need a bow, we need fire rod, or bombos. We're going to get the fire rod. We need hammer, so we need bow, hammer, flippers, and fire rod or bombos for Gamma, and then Muffins, or Pearl still. Bow, flippers, hammer. Oh, we also need whatever the Meyer medallion is, but we don't know what it is yet.
Right. 2 in 3 chance Gamma has the Meyer medallion.
I think that Ether was in Pod, so Muffins will get it eventually. Yeah, this is one of these situations where having the glove is nice, because having the glove and no hammer doesn't mean you can still basically use that portal. If you have the glove, so you can pick up that rock, you just use some clips to get around the hammer part. So another reason why an Oldie glove is nice for routing, it opens up some, potentially some nicer ways to get around the Dark World early on.
And this is our first look at Hype Cave now from Gamma. There's the bow.
I don't think Gamma rush it because basically full cleared pod and Eastern, but at some point, like when you're kind of done with the chain, then you probably go over there. And you don't have a hammer for pod yet either, so you probably prefer to wait until we have a hammer to go finish those.
And, well, we got the second item in Skull Woods, but it was just a piece of heart and a pendant.
Yeah,
I don't know. Do you check Ped now that you're in the area?
I would. Yeah, I would. I definitely would. Because let's see, a bow could be behind it. Your hammer can't. Your flippers could be, but Ped. Your flippers, possibly bomb bow stallion. Muffins could think the ice rod's there because he hasn't seen ice rod yet. So yeah, flippers, one of your bows, ice rod, bomb bows. I mean, we know it's an ice rod, but Muffins doesn't. And ice rod was in pod, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. That's why Gamma has it and Muffins doesn't.
1 rod per person. And I guess Muffins isn't doing Ped.
That is surprising. I mean, most likely it's not going to be your answer because you still need a couple more items, specifically ice rod and hammer to put in logic. Oh, and a bow. So 3 items.
Oh, right. Pod is a pendant.
So it is pretty far. But I mean, one of your bows, your flippers, bomb bows, which could be required for Meyer. Oh no, okay. Gam's opening Meyer, so never mind on the bomb bows. Don't need it.
Yeah. Meyer is Quake, and it is full clearable.
So Muffins could get away with going there before pod. Although Muffins is going to go to pod first because of Moon Pearl in Eastern. And Gamma is going to beat this right now. I mean, you have Lamp, you have Master Sword, you have Bow, Brona, Samaria. Like, this is a good enough fight. It's not that bad. And you have Red Mail, 10 Hearts, half magic. Not that bad. Gamma probably even has a safety in one of his bottles, I think.
Yeah, our tracker pointing out that the only thing Ped could even potentially have that we'd need is flippers because you need the hammer for pod.
Yeah, it would just be that, or a second bow that we don't actually need. But, unless, and yeah, Muffins is going to eventually get into that bow, so.
Of course, you don't need hammer for swamp because I heard some runner Specky Specs came up with a glitch that is allowed in HMG where you can traverse all of swamp without the hammer.
Yeah, I remember earlier this year I was watching people in like the HMG Mentor tournament, and every time you have to go do hammerless swamp, it was no one liked it. It's a lot more clipping and time consuming because you basically have to clip into swamp twice. The first time you clip from Harrow to swamp or Meyer Harrow to swamp, just to like open up the dam, like pull the switch, but then you're locked behind the hammer pegs, so you have to save and quit, and then go back, do all the clips over again, so that you can be on the left side of the hammer pegs with the switch already pulled so you can swim, so that you can then go open up the front of swamp from the middle area. That's what you used to do, but now you can skip all that. So as someone who's only been racing HMG in the post hammer skip swamp era, I'm spoiled. So yeah, Muffins is doing TR and Money first, and unfortunately for them, they're going to take even longer to get this pearl.
Yeah.
So they're definitely taking some gambles here. They're not doing pod Easter, and they might feel because they already kind of did the slow set of checks, they might feel even more inclined to continue doing the slow checks if getting out. Because they probably feel like, well, Gamma, they probably know Gamma did pod Eastern. I think they would guess that. Or like most players would have done that first. So they're like, that's bad for me if Pearl's there. I prefer to continue doing these, less good checks that could have higher payoff for me in the situation. But unfortunately for Muffins, that probably be the situation. Best thing that Muffins could find would be like flippers, because Game won't get heroes quickly. Oh, hammer will also be good. Yeah, it's definitely towing to an advantage Gamma at the moment. Like, Again, it's not over for Muffins because we don't know where him or Flippers are at. But Gamma definitely has a lead because he's done less, slow stuff. And what he's been able to do, he can do it faster because he didn't have to do didn't do a pin to woods, didn't have to do the fake food and the death warps. May never touch TR if there's no progression here, and Gamma finds it in other places.
So, did Muffins steal the pokey key just in case neither Lava Chest nor Chain Chomps has a small key?
Yeah. Now, the Lava Chest could still have your big key. There's a bit of a risk, but it's also about saving time if it just has a small key or a map compass, then you save time. So it's a bit of a gamble.
Well, thanks to having Samaria and Fire Rod, we can do the whole front now. So.
Yeah, and it's not that bad to go back to Lava Chest. So some people have different opinions whether you skip it or not. Like, it is a risk to skip it because it could have your big key or an item that you want, but also might just have some junk and you waste time. Yeah, Muffins hasn't been to Pod or Eastern yet, whereas Gamma did all that before the the fake fooding type checks to Vu and before doing Bunny and TR with Mirror. So definitely advantage Gamma at the moment, but we don't know what Hammer and Flippers are, which are the big things that if Muffins finds them and spots it, Gamma won't get for a while because Gamma's going to have more straightforward options right now. That would be good, even more so with Flippers and Hammer because Gamma will be more limited if they don't find an earlier hammer, and we'll then eventually get funneled into the hammer. Whereas if it's Flippers, it'd be a longer time before you get that. Oh, there's the last sword. Oh,
okay. Wait. Well, I guess Muffins will get Butter Sword. Ooh,
okay.
Hammer.
Okay. I guess
TR hard required.
Okay, I guess actually it's not the last sword because I thought Gamma had temper, but I guess somebody has master. I guess I'm wrong. Oh, yes, it is a temper. Okay.
Yeah, Gamma got tempered in Eastern, so Muffins will get that en route to the Moon Pearl.
Okay. I was thinking Gamma had tempered. Yeah, it was in Eastern. It was in Cannonball Chest, Eastern. So yeah, I still think Gamma's gonna get led to that hammer because Gamma's not gonna want to do Ice Palace with that hammer. He can't do Swamp yet. He's already been to Eastern and Pod, and he doesn't want to go back and do them until he has the hammer, ideally. So Gamma's gonna do some more overworld checks in Darkwood and Mitts. Okay, that puts Ice Palace, which is a crystal, fully in Logic now. Also Smith Chain and Logic. So Gamma's gonna get to the hammer eventually, and I don't think it'd be too bad for them. Because Gamma will get the Fire Rod in just a bit, but because they're going to go to Vu. After Desert, we'll head north from here in the Dark World, and we'll get that Fire Rod from Thieves Town, which they're going to beat because it's in full clear because it's a crystal. Well, maybe not big chest, but other than that.
I am bummed, though, that Muffins doesn't have the Ice Rod, therefore won't be doing Trinix, so he won't get to hear Havanagila.
Aww.
It's just so random that that's in this MSU.
That's good news for Muffins, though, because it won't waste additional time. I mean, Trinix could be an answer. Could have flippers.
Maybe Trinix has flippers.
But probably not, so probably good for Muffins if they won't be tempted to go do something that's probably not the progression. The other thing is that Fire Rod that Muffins got is from Thieves Town, which is out of Logic without a Moon Pearl, so even if something was here in Laser Bridge, it's probably not in Logic. So Muffins should know it's not going to be a Moon Pearl at this point. I mean, I am always clearing it for more items, but like Flippers or Bow.
Muffins has got to get funneled to Pod Eastern soon.
Yeah, he's got to be going there. Oh, it's doing Mimic Cave. Okay, I think after Mimic Cave, Muffins has to go to Pod. There's nothing left for Muffins. That would be in Logic finding the Moon Pearl. Unless Muffins decide they don't want Moon Pearl at all this seed. I doubt that.
I mean, it's possible. Not advisable, it just makes your life difficult.
Yeah, it's not fast.
It's logically required for GT.
don't know if I think the mids are actually in logic with where keys were laid out, because they were mids in TR. They didn't even TR. What chest? They were in lava chest. Well, no, that's locked. Also, I wish I knew my key logic better. I think the mids might be in logic without the fire rod, but I'm not sure. If the fire rod locked, then this is not going to lead to your moon pearl.
I didn't notice whether we had any keys on the fire rod locked side.
Yeah, love to locked by 2 smalls. That makes sense to be speedy. I do remember where our smalls were. If compass chest and chain chops had smalls, then the mids are in logic. If chain chops and compass, one of them was not a small key, then the mids are not in logic.
Compass was the big key, so...
Okay, that would then put... Actually, no, but your Samari and Lamp are in logic, so then you could continue on. So mids might be in logic. I'm not totally sure. Does it fillet for Gamma? He should be happy now.
Now he's unstoppable. See, he's doing a net dash even.
Showing off. Yeah, I think Gamma he's gonna get fire already from Thieves. I think he's gonna go to TR reasonably soon because he's gonna have Ice Rod, Smart, and Fire Rod and consider it a pretty good play soon. He might do another thing or two, like he could go to GT and only do right side. But I think TR is gonna be looking like a pretty good play for Gamma to do reasonably soon after Thieves. And maybe a few more surrounding Dark Hole checks since part of the overworld. But I don't think it'd be too long for Gamma gets funneled to that hammer. So the big question right now is, where are flippers?
Yeah, the problem is without that Moon Pearl, Muffins is just bleeding time. Gamma's going to be getting his 4th crystal soon.
Since the Fire Rod is not in logic, a lot of ice is in logic. Part of ice is in logic without a Fire Rod or Fire Source in this mode. But like the compass chest is in logic without a fire source. The freezer chest and cold stare are obviously not in logic without a fire source because you can't do them otherwise. But everything else is generally in logic without a fire source in this mode and without a moon pearl. So if the mids are in logic, then these checks are mostly in logic then. And this is a crystal, so Muffins has to beat it at some point, so it's reasonable. But after this, Muffins has to know that they need to go to Pod Eastern. I think they just don't want that to be the answer because of how much time they've already taken doing other things. So they're putting it off because it seems like a better win condition for them.
So yes, I believe there is an item we've abandoned in Thieves' Big Chest.
Okay. Hope he's not flippers. Although it could be an out for Muffins if it was. Because Muffins went there sooner. I was trying to find an out. But that's all unlikely. You know, odds are, flippers are probably just in GT, if I had to guess. Probably just in GT. Because we now know we have hammer, we have hookshot, hammer, fire rod, and smart all in logic. I mean, Gamma has to go get the hammer, and Muffins still has to get the moon pearl from Eastern. But both players will get those soon-ish, and then GT's is going to be fully open and available.
And Gamma will at some point have to go up to TR.
Yeah, it's such a strong play at this point. Like, Gamma might continue to score woods, check bumper ledge. He doesn't have the mids from TR, so I doubt he's going to follow Smith Chain. At this point, it's out of logic and not particularly fast. I think you have better choices. Doesn't The only thing I really see Gamma doing after maybe Skullwood's Bumper Cave, if he even does those, would be like a GT without a hammer. He's not gonna dive ice. I haven't seen him go back to pod or Eastern yet. Oh, actually, he's not going back to pod. It's Green Pendant. He might go to Eastern actually, knock that out really quick. Forgot. Pod's a pendant, so he might go to Eastern really quick in a bit.
Oh, then... yay, Mirror Shield on Cold Stare.
Nice. I like Mirror Shield, so cool. Jeff got. Game will probably do Eastern next, actually. Because he doesn't want to go back to pod. Forgot about that.
And looks like Gamma's not interested in Skullwoods. That'll save him time because we know it was junk.
I would skip it too. You have other good options, and there's ways to get back over there quickly enough to where, like, I think it's reasonable to put off. Try to save some time.
Now where's Muffins going?
This is either going to be GT or TR for Gamma. This is looking like GT. This is GT from Gamma.
GT without the hammer. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. If B key is not hammer locked, that would save time for Gamma. But yeah, I would still put this heavily Gamma favor. But this could give time back to Muffins. But TR is still going to be like the best play after GT.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Muffins to finally do Pod Eastern.
He has to be doing it now. He has, like, nothing left.
Yeah, well, okay, here he is on the mountain. Presumably he's going to Spec Rock Cave to clip into Pod.
Yeah, he's doing the Kinky Yeet to get into the position for, clipping to Pod.
And Gamma finds the 4th bottle.
Nice. And we got loads of safeties, like, all the thing we don't have yet is Silvers. No cape, we got Brona. So
and given the relatively small number of checks Gamma can do in GT Basement, he is going to do Tile Room off the bat.
And not unreasonable, you can't do left side. Did he do Torch first or not?
Yeah, that's where he got the small key from.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that makes sense to do. And he'll do this all the way down to Armos. Because even if he finds Big Key and Flippers, he'd be looking for Hammer. Well, he should eventually recognize that probably where the small keys would be laid out, the Hammer can't be down there. Because, that's not going to happen unless you have like, some weird, insane key layout that I've never seen. So, we'll see. But I don't think GT before TR is unreasonable at all. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Oh.
Big
key in Compass Room. I guess that was check number 6 if you were playing along at home.
And I kind of like this by Gamma. He knows that his hammer, his hammer's not going to be on the climb. And it's probably not going to be down as Armos and stuff. And so, like, yeah, you need Flippers as well, but it can make more sense to follow the hammer first. Like, go find that hammer. And then you can always do Ice Armos later when you do left side GT looking for Flippers. I actually like this by Gamma. I think it's pretty smart to just not do Ice Armos yet, when it's hammer locked anyway. Okay, Gamma's gonna bunk up to go to TR. Interesting. Okay.
Well, it worked.
You don't normally see that, but that's cool. Nifty. Most people will just do the grip on the right side there instead of the left side of the bomb. Yeah, so Gamma's going to get his hammer here. Because as we mentioned, there's not like anything better. He might go all the way to try an X. Because after you get the hammer, like, he'll know he can do ice. He probably won't. Because he'll be thinking, I can go to Ice Palace. I can finish up Eastern. I could beat Pot. I can do left side GT. So I think once Gamma gets that hammer, he'll probably go to Laser Bridge and then not do Trinex, and then go to Eastern and Ice, and then probably left side GT. Looking for the Flippers.
So what was in Pod just Ice Rod and Ether, those were the only moderately interesting things, and then it turns out we don't need Ether.
Correct. Okay, I don't believe there was anything else of any noteworthiness. Oh, Gammon wants to get mids here to put Ice Palace and Logic. And Smith's Chain, which we don't want to do. And make it a lot easier to get into ice. You don't have to do any screen wraps. So it'll make it faster. Yeah, map is probably just like probably even less happy than Gamma was when he's seen the Ice Rod. Haven't already been to TR. It's like I want to go back for Trinex. I don't want that.
And hey, there's Gamma's Butter Sword.
Yeah, I'm still guessing Flippers probably just left side GT. Probably. Could he be able to climb too? Oh, Gamma's gonna do Laser Bridge first. Approaching him, this is gonna be like the slowest way to do this because he doesn't know hammers in the big chest.
Yeah.
So he'll have to go all the way to the front to get the big key, just to then go back to big chest to get the hammer. So that's like the worst path for him almost. It's
well,
not
I mean,
that much
he
worse,
got
but...
the big key already.
Did he?
Yeah, he did the front.
Oh, you're right.
That's how he has his Butter Sword now.
I saw him open it. I'm wrong. That makes sense then. I'm totally wrong. My bad. I saw him open the front. I saw him get the golden sword. Never mind.
Oh, and he is gonna do Trinex even before getting the hammer.
Okay, well this is not Flipper because it's some time back for Muffins. I mean, I don't think this is bad, but it is weird to me to do this soon. When you still have more checks in TR.
And Muffins, unfortunately, doesn't want to do Eastern without the bow, but the only bow we know of is in Hype Cave, which, you know, you kind of want Moon Pearl for.
I think what Gammon will do, this will put him at the front of TR. I think he'll then go over the rest of the screen and clip into the middle of TR to do Big Chest and Lava Chest. Or Crystal Roller, I mean. So I think this is what Gammon will do. And then maybe Lava Chest. So, yeah, no, not even an item. I'm sure Gamma's happy about that. Okay, so Muffins knows there's no item, so that is not going to be Trinex. So that's good news. I feel bad for Gamma. Yeah, that's why you don't do Trinex first. That's definitely an odd gamble.
We can make fun of him for it in the interview.
Okay, now he's can go to the middle, so he can clip down to the big chest area, which will give him his hammer. And then he might continue, you know, which would get him his miss potentially.
And as advertised, Muffins picked up his Butter Sword in Eastern.
I think Lava just had the mitts, right? Or the chain chops, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was Lava Chest with the mitts.
Okay, thank you.
Interesting item layout, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think Gamma's, you know, roused interestingly. He's right, overall made sense, except well, doing Trinex that soon was a play. I think a play.
And yeah, once Muffins goes to Hype Cave after this, both runners will be Flippers from Go Mode. Of course, the Flippers could be in Swamp.
I don't think they can be. I think it's all flip block with the way it's logically programmed. I'll still guess unless I GT. That's must or GT climb. Yeah, Pearl was in Eastern Palace. Muffins put a pod in Eastern for a very long time. He did Spillwood, Stevestown, Boo area, TR, minus Trinex, and Ice Palace, and like Myershed area and stuff, all before going to Pod Eastern. Which is a big reason why Gamma's got a lead at the moment.
So it looks like Muffins is going to do Mire and Desert, which are 2 crystals, and he can easily take care of them.
Yeah. And then, having already done North Buckle checks, or in like Boo area, we'll definitely head over east after this and do Hive Cave and get the bow, and then be able to finish up Eastern. So, yeah. I think Gamma will do Eastern after this.
What was Muffins doing there?
I wasn't watching.
He just mirrored out of Mire 2.
That must have been an error. Must have done it by accident. Yeah, he must have thought. He must have been looking for well, some item that's not mirrored.
Well, there was a full magic jar. I think he was trying to get that, and maybe
Oh, hookshot, because hookshot and mirror are next to each other for him. He was trying to hookshot with magic then, and then mirror by accident that. Not the worst spot to mirror, but definitely doesn't feel great.
I forget, where was Big Key and Mire?
Sorry, Gossie, I never really answer these questions.
Well, I don't either, that's why I'm asking them.
This is what chat is here for. I'll find out in a moment when Muffins gets it.
Chat speculated that Muffins mirrored because he tried to use the boomerang he doesn't have.
Yeah, that also makes a lot of sense. That could definitely be it. Because at this point, you would just expect to have a boomerang.
I don't remember where Gamma got his boomerang from.
Ooh, yeah, I don't either. Even GT, there's a few places he's been to that Muffins hasn't. I don't know.
What? Muffins?
Ooh. Oof.
Lay off the mirror. It seems like an addiction now.
I was gonna feel a bit bad for Muffins.
Clearly some narcissism. He likes looking at himself so much.
It happens. Maybe some normals are just having an off day. Like it happens. Yeah, but twice in a row in Mire, dang. 2 times in Mire. And you have to do Muffins has to be behind the scenario with where the Pearl was alone. Like when they put her off for so long. But I can't imagine they feel random things right now. Mirror shield for Gamma. And there's nowhere that bad that Flippers would be right now that I feel like any bad location Gamma's gonna get to it first at this point. Like Gamma might, if Flippers really bad, Gamma would beat Skullwood at some point. But he could do it faster than Muffins did, so it'd be time back to Muffins, but not terrible. Okay, I think Eastern, and then we'll set GT for Gamma. That's what we'll see. And
Muffins
yeah,
trying to rail
awesome.
clip, and that Fire Snake wasn't letting him have it.
I hate when the Fire Snake goes that way. Okay, Gamma's going to do GT first. Did we saw Hookshot? No, not Hookshot. We saw Pearl. I know we saw at least 2 items in Eastern. I don't know if we saw the 3rd item. I was thinking did we?
I think so.
If we did, that makes more sense that Gamma's not doing Eastern yet. Because if you already have all 3 items, then you can just beat it later. And, didn't know you weren't playing flippers there. And potentially combine it with Pod, which you could check Green Pendant and Helma. So that'd be a reason to put her off. Okay, thanks for looking, Pichu. Okay, so Gamma did find all 3 items, as did Muffin, so yeah. Gamma's probably thinking, I won't find my flippers there, and I can possibly combine it with Pod later if I need to go there looking for flippers. So it makes sense to put her off. Okay, it looks like GT is also the climb. GT are the most likely answers for flippers at the moment. They're not guaranteed to be here, but odds are pretty good. Did Gamma never grab the pot key? You said you grabbed the torch key, right?
Meanwhile, yeah, so I was thinking, like, when Muffins was kicking up dust to put down the, Samaria block, that he killed his Spooky by using powder, and I didn't see him, you know, reactivate Spooky or anything.
Okay, well, 3 smalls for Gamma. Okay, well, he's fine then. I do think he skipped the pot for some reason. Yeah.
Oh no, Pichu, our tracker, said a bad word. Vermos.
Okay, you got the pot for right side, okay. Or, Joss, you mentioned the torch earlier, so I was assuming that the pot makes more sense.
Oh, the pot key, okay, sorry.
That also depends why he didn't grab it the second time, because I thought that was super weird. But that makes sense. Yeah, so if flippers aren't in GT, that's when things get kind of tricky everywhere you go. Where would you go, Drosy, if flippers aren't in GT?
Hey, flippers could still be on ped. Flippers could still be in Thieves' Big Chest.
Yeah. So if it's not here or climb, I don't think it's gonna mirror. It has out in case he does find the flippers. I'll do the climb, because flippers can be there. You don't lock anything that is needed for the climb.
Well, this is Muffin's 4th time in Mire 2. He must be old-hat at it by now.
Want some more practice. Gamma already has a big key. Can't check the big chest. He got the big key out of the top of this room and was forced to visit earlier. Not Bombos.
Not that we really need Bombos at this point.
I feel like after this, if you don't get flippers and GG, you probably do Pod and Eastern together, maybe? Smith's Chain's also an option. You have Gamma has Skull Woods. And if you go to Skull Woods, you can check Pad while there. Which Muffins did not do earlier when he was in the area and could have done it. Okay, so Gamma will do the climb, which could have the flippers. Then after that, it's either going to be Pod with Eastern, because Pod has the helmet item, plus Green Pendant, and Eastern just to get it beaten. Could be Skull Woods with the ped check, or could be Smith's Chain. Or these big chests, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Is there anything else that they haven't checked that's out there? I don't think so. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. I don't think so. I think that's it. Did we get both items out of Mire? Probably. That's what Muffins is doing right now. So see what Muffins gets. Then we'll know for sure. Okay, Muffins got both items and so did Gamma. Okay, thank you, Pichu.
Yeah, so this is going to be our first look at Swamp. Oh, so Harabiki was in Big Chest, so the second item's in the basement.
Oh yeah, we're missing an item in Hera. Actually, if flippers are in basement, I could tell things off of Muffins because Gamma is going to last locate that probably.
And because we came in from Mire, we do have 2 smalls. Oh, but Muffins is not immediately checking that.
He opened it? What am I missing? If you... I think he's doing it so he's not tempted to use a small key elsewhere, or...
Yeah, I don't think he ever did Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, maybe he used in the moment was like, oh wait, I haven't done Hookshot Cave and stuff. Let me go over there.
Ah, that's where the boomerang was. Okay, that makes sense, because he didn't have Moon Pearl when he was up here before.
Yeah. Why'd you open the door? Air basement, not do it. Maybe he just decided he had a better option as he was opening it. That's all I can think of. I don't see otherwise why you would open the door and leave.
Okay, so now we go back to Hera. I would think you want to do the basement before you clip over to Swamp.
Yeah, I'm guessing that he just forgot Hookshot Cave. Oh,
Or
Spike.
are we doing GT?
Spike into GT, it looks like.
We're doing GT. Oh, Spike Cave?
Huh.
He's fooling me. I figured he'd be going for Swamp at this point.
Oh. Josh, I know we messed up in Hera. He clipped the Hera from Meyer, so he had an extra Meyer small. So he opened the basement with the Meyer small.
Yes.
Okay, that's what he did. So he'll use the Hera small for Swamp. I think
Right.
that he was in Meyer state. Sorry about that. Yeah, so see nothing on... Oh, Flipper's one climb. I just noticed that on the tracker. Whoops.
Oh, okay. Well then, I guess we need to do the GT climb. How about that?
So as I said, GT was going to be the answer. Like, statistically, it was most likely going to be it, and there was nothing preventing Flipper from being on the climb. So there we go. Gamma's in go mode.
Unfortunately for Muffins,
Yeah.
he's probably gonna clear the entirety of GT Basement before doing the climb.
Yeah, you're going to do climb last. And Big Key also being in Compass Room, depending on how he routes this. Could also be the last one he gets to. So, yeah, this is Gamma's game to lose at this point. He's got a strong lead. Mostly because of the Moon Pearl situation, where Muffins put it off for so long, and did a lot of slower checks in a slower order.
And then even just small things like Muffins never finished off Desert, so...
Oh yeah, and then mirror out of, Meyer a couple times by accident. And then the only thing Gamma really did, I would say, was Trinex.
And, Specs, Muffins still hasn't been to Hype Cave.
Oh yeah, still no bow again.
An
So
hour
Mimic left
16
the
without visiting Hype Cave.
Probably just feels like he needs it out and just trying to do faster stuff. Like, he knows he has to chop some time out with how the seat's gone for him. So, I can understand it. So yeah, Gamma's gonna clean up Easter, and then we'll do a Hera swamp clip.
And we're seeing a rando rush from Muffins.
The reason he might be, one, he probably wants to save time, but two, he probably thinks the biggest at the moment is the hammer from TR. So he might be thinking, just skipping the right side checks to save him time over someone who maybe move it into GT without hammer. That could be part of his thinking. This is maybe your way to save some time. Unfortunately, the big key is on right side in the compass room, so.
So yeah, now the thing for Gamma is, thanks to key logic in HMG, I believe there's a glitch so that the small key can't be in the front, and so you have to get into Swamp through Hera.
Yeah. Gamma will go to Hera first. Clip in. But it should be a big deal. And you have mirror, which is nice because you can just when you exit swamp after opening it with the key doors, you can just mirror and hit the switch. was if you don't have the mirror, you have to go pull the dam switch, save and quit from the dam, then from Harrow into Swamp, so that way that'll allow the dam switch to still be pulled when you get in there. But with mirror, you don't have to worry about doing that in advance, so that makes it more simple. Yeah, let's not have Silvers. I doubt Gamma's gonna check much in Swamp, but Silvers could be. Not a lot left in the seed. Gamma could be considering, like, maybe I check the really easy chest in Swamp and see if they get 3 Silvers. But, so, also a reason for the skip any of the Swamp checks.
So, is Gamma going into Swamp the vanilla way?
That's what I'm wondering.
And the
Oh! Yeah, he messed up.
Force of habit and then realized?
Either that or they forgot he had to do Swamp. Then he would have needed a 5 to go to Gamma. I think he just... non-HMG habits. Yep. Oh yeah, just to be clear, yeah, 10% of the time the Smoky can't be in the front and not be Mire locked. So there was a 10% chance that would have worked.
Okay, for some reason I had thought there was a bug in the logic for HMG that didn't recognize that you could get into Swamp the vanilla way.
You can. So you could get in the vanilla way. If Smoky's in the front, which since there's 10 locations Smoky could be in Swamp, that means there's a 10% chance it could be in the front one, allowing you to do vanilla Swamp. But that's so unlikely that you pretty much never bet on it. Because it feels you're going to waste time pulling the damn switch, going to Swamp, just to have to clip back in from Hera. And nice clip from Gamma, that was pretty fast. So, nice.
Oh, is Muffins gonna circle all the way around to the big key chest? The big chest, rather? Looks like it. Okay, Gamma's now unlocked the front door of Swamp, so he can exit and make the game realize that he actually is in Swamp.
Should be a very quick clue by Gamma. Only question is they look for Silvers. That's pretty much it. Gamma should be over with the seat in like 4 minutes. 5 minutes? Yeah, like 5 minutes.
Yeah, just has to get back to the pyramid afterwards, which is a little hike.
But Gamma routed pretty conventionally, routed pretty well. Only thing I think that was weird was the TR routing decisions with Trinex. Other than that, I think Gamma did, made a lot of sense in terms of routing. I think Muffin took some gambles with Moon Pro locations and things, and with how they routed GT, without having more due to the fact that they already felt behind from the Moon Pro situation. So, take the gamble with Moon Pro for Muffins. Unfortunately, led things on a very bad path on this seed for Muffins. Oh yeah, Muppets Mimic clipped GT Climb on the first seed because Bo was their go mode. Doing it again in this mode, in this seed, because they haven't got a hype key for Bo. And yeah, Gamma's just skipping all the chests, which is totally fair. The odds you actually find the Silvers are not great. So it's probably smarter to skip them.
Now this tournament's double elimination, right? So Muffins won't be out with a loss, right?
Nope, Muffins will be in losers, yes, and then Gamma will continue on in winners. And he will be facing, again, assuming nothing happens right now, but assuming this goes the way we expect in a few minutes, and Gamma wins. Yeah, Gamma will move on for the best of 3, and we'll play Dr. Earworm in the next round. I'm not sure who Muffins will play in losers. We may not even know yet, most likely. Yeah, Gammon put the hook shot because he's just gonna walk to Ganon from here instead of mirroring and fluting to 5 because he's already here in the swamp. Like it's just faster to walk than to mirror and flute away. So this makes sense. This is the fastest way to get to Ganon at this point. Oh, loser plays Mr. Buyer. Okay, so Muffins will play Mr. Buyer. Okay. And play this so sleepy. Appreciate it. That'll be another fun match to watch. Mr. Buyer versus Muffins. Ganon versus Up to Your Room also be a good one to watch. Should be happening next week. And technically, Muffins still won't be in go mode when he finds a flipper. He has to go to Hype Cave to get a bow.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Or find the second one, like Swamp.
So Gamma will probably finish before Muffins is in go mode.
Yeah, definitely.
Even without silvers, doing 12 spins phase 4 doesn't take that long when you're Gamma. Well, yeah, Ganon will tell us where the silvers are. I'll be interested to see.
I'd like to know as well. Not a lot of spots left for them. So we'll see.
Oh boy, Thieves big for all that.
Nice. Nice. In this seat, though, you're gonna go to Thieves with the Hammer, being that you're not gonna go TR first. So, yeah.
Yeah, that hammer was way too deep to put off Thieves until after Hammer.
It almost looks like Muffins is just like a Ganon fight behind at the moment. Plus HMG still has to do, Eastern Desert Swamp and find a bow. But, almost looks like it. And get your GGs in chat for Gamma. He has won game 2 after winning game 1 a couple hours ago, and is now moving on in its best of 3 to play Dr. Earworm in the next round.
And that is going to be a forfeit from Muffins as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. You have to find a bow and beat 3 more dungeons. That makes sense. Yeah. I think Muffins probably expected things going well with Moon Pearl and Meyer, and yeah. Probably waiting for Gamma to finish. But yeah. GG's Muffins.
GG's. Bow again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, nice mimic clips on the climb.
Thanks.
Just so you know, the 2 bows, one was the one that Gamma got was in Hype Cave, and the other was the one that was silvers that no one got was in Thieves' Big Chest.
Yeah, Gamma just said as well. So Hype would have been my next thing after Swamp, considering I just got my flippers, so it wouldn't have been long, but I was pretty late to the Moon Pearl and did a few dumb things beforehand. I also never want to see Maya again. I saw that.
We thought you liked Meyer too.
Oh god, the quick swap was not my friend this seed.
Yeah, so on the Moon Pearl decisions, because you delayed Pod Eastern for a long time, and did basically all the other options that could have led to Moon Pearl or some progression. What was your thinking on all of that?
I knew it was very likely in Pod Eastern area. There was obviously a small with Mirror. There was a small chance it was somewhere in TR, and then I found Mitt and Hammer, which I was not expecting at the time. Which kind of led me to think, well, it could also just be Bombos in the Eastern area for Swamp. Moon Pearl, which would be horrible, but it was possible. So that's why I did Ice first. I did the Fake Flute into Thieves because I was like, well, there was a few checks there I can do. Again, I was hoping for a bow. Would have been really nice to go over there with the bow. Yeah, that was kind of my thinking. But I knew it was there pretty like given my last in logic checks, I knew it had to be there most likely.
I think you did. I think you were like deliberately putting a pod in Eastern, and at some point while you were doing those other checks, were like, yeah, it seemed to me like you took a bit of a gamble, not doing pod Eastern like immediately when looking for Pearl, and then because you did those other checks that were a bit slower, like a slight bit slower, and it didn't pay off, you probably felt inclined to not go to pod Eastern for Pearl.
Exactly. Like, and it wasn't too much slower. Like, I think I did everything reasonably efficiently. But yeah, no, it's just the way it goes. GG's Gamma.
GG's Gamma.
Hey, thanks, GG's Muffins. Yeah, that Pearl being an Eastern, I tend to hold off quite a bit. I will almost 99% of the time do everything I can that's non-bunny related before resorting to, bunny checks to look for the Pearl, like, Village or Skull Woods. Yeah. And all I had left was Eastern before Super Bunny and TR perhaps, and Village.
I think, I did all of Village. I cleared out TR. I cleared Ice before I got my Pearl.
Wait, you had the hammer early?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was a little afraid of that.
I got it after Thieves though, so I didn't. Which is why I don't have my bow, right?
Oh yeah. I was kind of chuckling at that when I saw it again and it says, "Oh, Thieves." So I'm like, of course it's in that big chest. Yeah, that Pearl is just normally pretty gross to go in Eastern. It's not fun. I think, was that the only thing in the Dark World? No, there was a Flippers in GT. Flippers were in GT.
Fire Rod and Thieves for Ice.
Oh yeah, Fire Rod was there, right. I found Bombos too. I forgot where it was, but I think it was pretty free as well.
It's GT Big Chest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just looking for that. What was the Flippers?
On the climb.
GT up on the climb, yeah, mini Helmer room.
I felt a little bad. What I pictured in my head was, okay, I think I'm pretty screwed because I thought Muffin, I got the big key on right side, but I was still looking for Flippers and Hammer. So I didn't bother doing anything else. I'm just save and quit. I should have just cleared it out, gone up and, clear Aga. You got to do it anyways, Aga 2. And I came back with Hammer. I did all the left side for nothing, and then I did the climb, and then I found the Flipper. I'm like, oh, Muffins could have actually climbed and got the Flipper before Hammer.
No, I had the hammer really early. I think I was straight after Thieves, I did Super Bunny, and then came out of Super Bunny up the top, and then cleared out TR.
Okay, so there was just no situation where you were gonna, orphan all of left side G2 then?
No, exactly.
Yeah, that was I think that was the first place I ended up going to as Hype Cave in the Dark World, because I want to go straight into Mire, avoiding Village to see if I could get the hammer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, that bow was kind for me. You just kind of avoided that area.
Well, I did Ice early, and I did Maya. I had the flute and mitts really early as well because I did TR. I cleared out TR, so that meant I could get to Maya with the flute instead of clipping, which pulled me a bit away from Hype Cave as well.
Oh, the mitts were in the Turtle Rock as well.
Yeah, they were in Big Key Chest. Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm thinking like, how did you go into Ice before Pearl? But yeah, those mitts being where they are, just another bait.
Yeah, and then I just completely avoided the swamp and Hype Cave area. So
yeah.
I have one question for you. Your route overall, seemed pretty straightforward to me. It made sense. But your TR routing, I'd be interested to hear.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just kind of went for the meat of TR. So once I got the 3 checks in front, I'm like, let's be real. The hammer is probably going to be in Laser Bridge. So I just warped in Bridge and killed Trinex for the compass. And then I'm feeling a little crappy. I'm like, I hope there's something on the pedestal now. 'Cause I had a situation where I could have checked it, but like, I really don't want to check that one check.
I did the same. I was at Skull. I could have checked Ped. I didn't. And then I was getting really low on checks, and I was like, I haven't killed Trinex. I don't have my bow, but it could easily be flippers on pedestal.
Yeah. I was just feeling pretty terrible at that point. It's like I could have avoided Trinex. I could have avoided left side GT. I'm just, in kind of panic mode here. But yeah, just I didn't realize that you were gonna orphan or like leave Eastern alone. Like I get that Eastern just sucks. And I was hoping for another boat to bail me out in pod, but nothing there. I think there was only Ether, which wasn't even required.
And Ice Rod, which also wasn't required.
Oh yeah, just a nice bait, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of fun. I guess I expected both of those pearls to be, these seeds like Kakariko or South Shore, somewhere free, not somewhere bad.
There's two of them, right? So one
Yeah.
of them sure to be in an easy location.
But thanks again, Muffins, for being very flexible with your scheduling. And
Yeah, no worries.
yeah, GG's to you. Good luck to you in the next round.
And same to you. I think you're up against Doc next, and I'm up against Mr. Buyer next. So should be a couple of interesting rounds.
Yeah, definitely. And thanks to you two, Specs and Drossi, for doing commentary, and Pichu for doing tracking, for doing the restream.
And thanks to both of you for joining us, and good luck in those next round matchups. Sound like they should both be good matchups.
Yeah, indeed. Like Gamma said, thanks everyone for putting this together, and I'm sure there'll be lots of more HMG for people to watch coming soon.
Yeah, in fact, there was a race that just got underway on SpeedGaming 3 15 minutes ago. Let's see what the schedule says about that. One sec while I pull it up here. Yes, this is not Yoho versus Doomtap, so we're going to try to get you over there to that now. Because, yeah, we have a lot of HMG going on. So definitely follow the SpeedGaming channels and join the Discord, check out the schedule, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, thanks for comment, Drossi. Thanks, Pichu, for tracking, and thanks everyone for watching. I enjoyed the two games we just saw, and yeah, this game Drossi mentioned there's a lot more HMG going on right now. You can go watch. So head on over. Go head on over, please.
Yeah, and likewise, Specs. Always fun to con with you as well. So we'll see you over on SpeedGaming 3 then.